I solo traveled to Vietnam. This was my second international solo trip and I was so nervous. Japan was my first and Southeast Asia just felt like a whole new ballgame. But it turned out to be a life-changing experience, so let me take you along with me on my journey through northern Vietnam. I am pretty nervous. I think I'll be okay once I'm checked in. I don't know. Once I got to Hanoi, my nerves were completely gone as I realized how safe it was in the old quarter where I was staying. Alright guys, I'm in Hanoi, which is crazy. All alone. There's a beer garden festival or something happening in like 5 minutes, so probably gonna hang out and try to meet people. My roommates in my dorm were so sweet and I got to meet other people for this free beer hour provided by the hostel. Then I went to bed and prepared for an early morning to go to Ha Giang Loop. I signed up for this cruise with my hostel, so it was nice being surrounded by other young backpackers. Alright guys, I've made it to my hotel room, or my cruise room, I guess. So I'm here in Vietnam for about 8 or 9 days. I honestly can't even count. I just landed yesterday. Today is, I guess, my first official day here. I checked into my hostel yesterday. As soon as I walked into my room, I had already met 2 girls from England and honestly a lot of Brits out here, which is really cute. Then this morning I got on the bus and we had like a long journey here, honestly. Yeah, I'm honestly not really comprehending that I'm here right now. Like, this is pretty insane. I think we're gonna go swimming. Yeah, welcome to Vietnam. Welcome to Ha Giang Bay. Alright guys, let's take a tour. To this little beach and it is so pretty. Just hanging out. I wish the water was a bit warmer because it's pretty freezing, but it's fine.
And I would like to inform you that the happy hour just begun. Enjoy the happy hours. Thank you.
We just went swimming. It was lovely. It was kind of cold, but we had to, I felt like I had to, because when else am I gonna be here? After swimming, I took some time alone at sunset to capture some content, and this sunset was just insane. We were also so lucky that the sky was so clear because it had been pretty cloudy during the entirety of early March. We woke up to cloudy weather, but I kind of enjoyed this misty vibe. It felt so different from the day before. We spent the morning kayaking, which was so peaceful, and then headed back to Hanoi. I just got dinner with some of the people that I was on the cruise with. Honestly, it wasn't even dinner, it was like a snack. The banh mi's here were 2,200 Vietnam dollars, which is like 90 cents, which is crazy. I was like trying to go and get some clothes for the Ha Giang Loop, and I'm like, I have no idea what the weather is gonna be. Outfit wise, I did not plan for Vietnam to be cold, and people like buy like off-brand North Face here, and I was like, maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna go to puppet show. Yeah. Streets are so busy. Let's go watch the puppet show. Looks cool. Good morning from Hanoi. I just had breakfast at my hostel. Honestly, it was pretty fire. Like, potatoes, so good. And I've been having like omelets all the time. I think it's actually raining right now, but I kind of want to go walk around and explore for a bit. Let's try egg coffee. Oh god, that's good. Wow. It's like a dessert. It is fully raining, but we're going to this temple. I explored a bit of Hanoi, walked around the old quarter and the Hon Kim Lake, and then got a foot massage because it is just so affordable here. I just came from my massage. It was really good. Foot massage. I am starting to feel slightly like I need to socialize again. I guess the Ha Giang Loop will be pretty social. And also it was raining this morning, so I didn't really get to shoot. I think a big part of what makes solo traveling for me fun is being able to shoot, and having a camera makes me feel like I'm never really alone. In the afternoon, I got picked up to go to Ha Giang, and it was a 6-hour car ride up north, but I was so excited to do the Ha Giang Loop. I came to Vietnam for the Ha Giang Loop, so let's see if it's worth the hype. You know, everyone that I've met so far in Vietnam who has been like backpacking has said that it was the best experience they've ever had, and that's what I saw on TikTok too, and that's what kind of like brought me here. So yeah, let's see what it's all about. The Ha Giang Loop is a motorbike tour through the mountains of northern Vietnam. You have to bring a smaller backpack to go on the back of your bike, and I chose to do a 3-day, 2-night tour, but you can do more or less. Alright, we just started the Ha Giang Loop. It was like pouring rain. It was rainy and cloudy when we started this loop, which was kind of worrisome because all the clouds would cover the viewpoints. But the clouds started to clear up, and by lunch we had perfect weather. I'd heard about this loop because it seems to be every backpacker's favorite part of their backpacking trip, and it was the whole reason that I even came to Vietnam. And I was starting to see what this hype was really about. Views just seemed to get better and better as we biked further north, and we got to see some of the Hmong people's lives. My easy rider was also so sweet and had to stop pretty often, so we were never really tired of being on the bike. Driving through the mountains during sunset was so magical. It's such an incredible feeling to just have the wind in your face and being out in the open air during these insane views. Then we arrived to our hotel in Dong Van. That was amazing. Like, honestly, in the beginning I was like, questioning the hype, but the hype is real, guys. The mountains are insane. You just get to see so much like of the Vietnam countryside life, and I can't believe we have 2 more days of this. My butt is definitely sore though. I'm genuinely surprised by this town because last night there was like a whole little dance gathering in the town area, and then we just hung out at a bar, got to know my group a little more. It's day 2 of the loop today, which I'm so excited about. Yesterday was amazing. Day 2 was my favorite day of the loop. We were immediately greeted with some of the best views I'd ever seen. Doing a bit of a hike, but this is the craziest view. When they say travel opens up your eyes, this is what they mean. We went through so many villages on this loop, and you see these kids walk miles to go to school, and others with piles of sticks on their backs. There's kids with their baby siblings with no mother in sight, and it was a lot to see. But also these kids were always smiling and waving, happy to see us. It was definitely an eye-opening experience. We arrived at a little river and took a bamboo boat ride to a swimming area with a really cool cave. We're going to this swimming spot.
Cool, yeah?
Once again at golden hour, I was filled with euphoria and gratitude. I felt so blessed to be able to travel and experience moments like this. We just got to our little homestay. It is so cute. Oh my god, it's like a little bungalow vibe. And today was so insane. We spent the night hanging out with our drivers and singing karaoke. On the final day of the loop, we hiked to a little waterfall and then walked through the street market and got to see locals buy their fresh meat and foods for the week. Wow, that was amazing. I just did not expect to see such insane views. Like, the mountains were so sick. It was like a mixture of like insane scenery and then like learning about the culture and seeing people's lives. And it makes you just so insanely grateful and reflect on just like everything in your life. I felt an amazing high after the loop and felt empowered that I'd really just spent a full week in Vietnam already on my own. Honestly, so fun being on a bike again. I took a tour to Ninh Binh this next day, and taking these tours has really helped me not feel so alone because there are always people that you can talk to. And on every tour, there's always been multiple people also traveling solo. Ninh Binh is known as the land version of Ha Giang Bay. The tour consisted of a bike ride, boat ride, and a little hike to this viewpoint. We're doing a hike up to this viewpoint. And actually a guy offered to take my photo at this viewpoint, and he ended up being from Hawaii, and we chatted for a while, and it was just so refreshing. It just made the world just feel so much smaller. Okay, it's my last day in Hanoi and in Vietnam. I'm so sad about it. Let's go explore Hanoi today. We're gonna head off to Train Street and probably the Temple of Literature. Yeah, I'm so sad though. I'm leaving today. This is Train Street. Waiting for the train to come. To end the trip, I got a new tattoo and I was getting pretty emotional because, I don't know, maybe it was the pain, but also I was just thinking about how I really made it all the way here, all by myself, and I'm getting a tattoo with no one by my side, which usually I have someone. This is probably the peak of independence. I feel like I can do anything now. I had a bit of a life crisis prior to this trip, and Vietnam kind of opened up my eyes to just have more gratitude, and it gave me this feeling of comfort that everything's gonna be okay. And I'm coming out with another video about my lessons from solo traveling, so stay tuned for that. But if you enjoyed this, let me know and be sure to give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one. That's a wrap on Vietnam. That was incredible. Still need to process everything, but can't wait to come back again.